Yo guys, so apparently even so in Challenger people actually pick Camille and I will react to Lol Dobby's video, but before I do that, I wanna actually put it to a good perspective to you guys of why Camille bot can definitely be viable. For example, let's compare it to another hard engager champ like now Tilus, right? Now, what should we look at exactly, right? Now what should we exactly look at, guys? They have similar qualities in some way, right? So, for example, we can see Nautilus's passive does provide some damage, 14 to 116, and it does provide a root that does actually scale with levels, right? Now, the notable thing is that Camille's passive is just a massive shield, it has 18, 14, 10 seconds cooldown, which does actually match really nicely the 16 cooldown of her E. So generally speaking, every time she goes in with E, most of the time she will actually have her passive up, right? And so his thing, that's a quite big shield these days. To actually trade quite nicely into the enemy melee support or any type of supports that would normally tank your hookshot. So no one is actually quite safe from your hookshot, right? Now the other notable feature about Camille is her uncancelable windup, right? Because Nautilus's passive basic attack can be cancelled by CC. Because it's not a uncancelable windup, but that's just a niche thing to look at. Notably, you have two of these, right? Which means that with the extra speed that recently got buffed, you'll be able to swing in more basic attacks into squishies, right? If you guys remember that early 10 percentage movement speed buff, which is super useful on bot lane. And notably, sometimes you get your empowered basic attack off as well. If you get to, of course, depends on the situation. Now, the other thing is that Camille's W. Now, on bot lane, note that you're gonna get double healing because there are two champions now. If we compare it to, like, let's say, Nautilus's W, right? It's a auto reset, definitely, and it does provide 30 damage on hit unless it gets procced, but when it's procced, you don't get the damage anymore, which is a bit funny, right? So it's a bit funny in a way. And it doesn't really provide you like a ranged short trade opportunity compared to Camille's W. It's a shield, it's not a healing, right? Now, the notable thing about Camille's W is actually his damage is actually quite nice, just with points, because it does some flat damage, it does some HP based damage just with points, of course. Um, then the other great thing is the slow last for 2 seconds for 80 percentage, which is actually quite great because if you compare it to Nautilus, this is slow. It's only a 50 percentage slow for 1.5 seconds, which decays faster. Uh, Notably, the AoE damage does less than, of course, Camille's W. And as a shield effect, of course, you have your passive, which we talked about before, but let's talk about the engaging tools. Now, Camille's E, of course, can be used in a similar versatile way as Nautilus is hook to engage, to disengage, right? The notable thing about Camille's hook is that it's not tanked by minions, and sometimes it can be even so more sudden, right? So the good thing is it's not tanked by minions. That's definitely a great thing. Now, aside of that, what's the other difference? For example, level 1 UE start, it has a 90% bonus AD scaling. So look at the notable engage difference is 70 damage, right? And it's also conditional of an engage, just because if people are behind minions, you may not be able to pressure, right? And the other difference is just really there, it does more damage. There's a decent bonus AD scaling, right? So you're gonna deal more damage with this. And notably, the stun difference is definitely there. So Camille is only 0.75 seconds. While notably, how much is like Nautilus's duration? So the duration is 0. Dashes towards them within 0.9 seconds. I think it's a teensy bit longer if I'm correct, right? Where is it exactly written though? Shows I think it's like 1 second at max, right? The target is routed for 0.1, but there is like the stun, right? There is like the pull effect, so should be around 1 second, but it's not exactly written. But let's move on though. Let's move on to the ultimate comparisons as well. So Hextech Ultimate got buffed. Often on top lane you don't exactly use it at 6. Often you keep it to counter a certain ability, or you don't use it at all because you're gonna get stat checked by a Trinda or something. So often you don't really use it for DPS purposes, just to dodge an ability, right? And so on bot lane with Halo Blades, you can take Wildly out of it because it's easier to in, get your ult off, get your Qs with Halo Blades off, everything really quick off, and you're gonna get multiple Halo Blade swings really easily. The zone lasts 2.5 seconds, 3 to 25, depends how many points you have in them. And so the good thing is it also does actually cancel. What does it cancel, guys? Channeling abilities, right? So it actually disrupts. Let's say it applies a small silence. So when is it useful? There are many champions on bot lane like Samira. They would hate to face probably Camille because her ult can be consistently cancelled by Camille's orb. Misfortune, right? And there are Varus's Q, right? So his QW can actually be painful. So his QW can actually hurt, right? Or WQ, my bad. So there are a lots of notable of course, like abilities that she could cancel with, but when it comes to the zone duration, it's 2.5 and people cannot flash out of it. It's not like a Jarvan Cataclysm or Tristana W out of it, you name it, right? Zeri E out, whatever. And the good thing is the damage itself got buffed, so you deal 20 extra damage, but plus 4% each target's current health damage. That's actually quite decent. So beside the general utility, it provides quite decent damage. Now, if we compare it to Nautilus's or as another, hard engager, we can notably see that it does actually 125 damage. So the damage uh, does actually increase, right? So basically, I think it depends on like the distance. Send out the depth of the chases the target, accelerating over time and creating eruption every 0.68 wake up area. Enemies hit by the eruptions are dealing knocked for 1 second, stunned for a duration, and stunned. Yeah. So it's a knock up and a stun, right? So tenacity does actually work to some degree against this ability, huh? When reaching the target depth, erupts final and the rotation, the primary target takes increase. So the primary target does actually take increased damage, 150. And so that's quite important to know, right? So you can lock down one champion, right, with this ultimate, right, of your choice. But so can Camille do for a longer duration early on. And the DPS from Camille, of course, gonna be higher, I would say, or sort of even. Depends how much attack speed, how many points you have in your E, because he definitely provides attack speed and levels and items. It really depends, I would say, but you still deal like 20 plus 4% of the target's health damage. So I think generally speaking, with Halo Blades and with some levels, I think you'll be able to even up or even so out DPS Nautilus. So that's like another reason why she has some validity on bot lane. She's also sort of a scaler. Um, Now I think we pretty much talked about everything else as well. I think the notable thing is her Q mobility that had got hard buffed, of course, in the patches, which does actually matter quite a lot, and her passive and things here and there got buffed, of course, which just simply speaking just allows her, to be stronger on bot lane. But let's jump to the video, of course. So this is gonna be the first part. This is definitely skippable if you, well, I guess I should say it at the beginning, this part is skippable. But let's jump to the video. Well, let's watch the video together. This is the Camille 1v1 in Dazzle. We can see the Camille items. She has an Eclipse, some item components, a plated seal caps. I think the support item is very strong. That's something I forgot to mention, but the support item is super strong, of course, in action. On Camille. Super strong of a spike. You can see like he smashes Dazzle. Now, what's that? Oh, it was a Zeri. It was a Zeri, my bad. So it does have an Eclipse again, it does have his Sheen item, right? So it counts to be a Sheen item, so you cannot actually, you can go Standard Sky, but you cannot go Trinity. So just saying. If you go for this item, but this is your general choice, because that's what allows you, to simply have a very snowball kit. They also Emax, by the way, so that will allow you to swing in more basics, and it will make your E more frequent, you'll have more threat, you'll have more chase, the damage ramps up slowly but nicely. And these are the general runes, as we can see. So usually it's Halo Blades, I think always pretty much. Then you go like bomb plating for all-ins with E definitely. Then shield badge just gives you an extra bit of armor when you get shielded. You get a bit extra bit of damage, so that's super good. Treasure Hunter is definitely there. Sudden Impact gives a lot of damage in all-ins because Lethality got recently buffed early on, of course, so lots of damage you can actually push out, right? Um, and she's looking always for invades for cheeses. Somebody's getting cheesed. Hmm, good flash though. That's good. I mean, they get always a flash out at least, you know, like that's. Look, they are. Oh, that's a flash of you. They didn't flash after. I think it's fine though, because it's just that anyways. Maybe he could then wait for his E and not flash, but then it's not good actually. It's not good to get pushed in as Kalista and Camille, I think, so he doesn't want to like overchase, because then it's just not good if like if they have level advantages and you cannot really like oppress them. It's just kind of bad, you know, in a way that if you fall off into those champs, you know. You have an advantage in level 1 trades by controlling and coming from the enemy jungle. Oh, you do actually, because like you're very strong. Your E gives you a lot of attack speed, gives some damage, gives a stun, you know. Like the E is very strong, might be one of the strongest like level 1 abilities in the game actually, guys. There are many like abilities that are that strong, especially like there are not that many that also provide you an engage, right? Because people would say barbecue or some other things, you know, like Jaxi, yeah, but those things don't provide you an engage against bot laners specifically, so I mean, you're gonna perceive what's that gonna do into Milio and you know, this type of champs like Milio and the smaller, what is that? Ward and sweep to a sweep. Yep, so it's a classic, you know, Korean starting ward. They've been a level 1 hard, Maokai is hard nerf, so if they go in, Camille just touch checks it. He has Halo Blades, he has E. He doesn't go deeper for some random reason. I guess he spaced his Q. But I thought I mean I guess into Camille he does Q start, but usually they perma W start on Mao. I guess he spaced that because he knew that his basic attack will be cancelled, I assume. Anyways, by like Maoka's Q, so he decided to dodge it instead, right? But that's a good engage. Like look, you get an engage, right? And it's very hard to time your CC against Camille's E sometimes, so it's very fast, you know, as a support. So that's not so easy as people think. Especially if she Qs opinion, it feels like Ree is faster. Nah, well, that's a bit crazy today. I don't know about this one, because I feel like if he gold carded into a hook, that could get fucky, but I, I mean, I don't know, a bit crazy today. Uh, some damage. And that's good if people stack on each other, right? That if they stack on each other, you get a double stun. I mean, that's so sweet, right? A double W is also nice, you know? That's actually really sweet when people stack like that. Now people bluffs? No, he doesn't bluff. They thought he will bluff, but apparently they get feasted because the issue is like some hooks take too much charge up, like you know, Trash's Q, to the point where like Camille just hits a re. And look, Nautilus cannot do shit as I showcased earlier on, because Camille gets a big shield, engages with Halo Blade C. Oh, whoa. Kalista, chill down though, my man. Chill down. How is she losing that even so? I think it's fine though. How are they losing it though as Kalista? And it is smaller, that's strong. Yeah, it's like an auto reset, but like, how do they like lose it that hard though? It's kind of weird that the Kalista and like, you know, Camille loses that somehow, but I guess it can happen, no? You can I mean by taking tower shots. So it does like go in, right? Focuses the guy, heals kinda early, but like does Kalista walk into the hook or what happens? Ah. Yeah, that's just nasty. That's just nasty. Yeah, that's what went wrong. I was like looking how did her HP disappear because my eyes were very fixated on Camille and I didn't like pay attention to what happened to the guy, you know. Her shield comes up and guess who's winning that? Camille, because she popped a potion as well, so that Nautilus basic wouldn't even kill, by the way, if some people would think of that. Yeah, it's something you should be concerned about, because some people do have defensive abilities, or you really carry sometimes dog shit early, because like if you have a Zeri, for example, it cannot follow you up, because if people stay between minions, her Q cannot like touch people, as an example, right? So you don't always perma in level 1 too hard. Like into some champs it could backfire very easily. I thought she will bluff, but this guy never bluffs or what? Because like you guys can see like bomb plating, even at level 2 plus like passive, that's like almost I think around 300. Around 300 damage reduction in an all-in. Plus W healing on 2 people, if you get it off on 2 people, that's approximately 100 healing if I'm correct. Let's say it's like approximately 60 to 100 at least, I would say. I'm not exactly like sure if I can tell you exact on this one, but you guys can see how oppressive that shit is, right? And she didn't even use her W in her combo, she just insta went in. Because like you can W after flashes, or you can just like layer your W for some trading, because you follow up a specific trading pattern, or it just like I don't know, some people forget to do that, or they want to be more sudden, because sometimes you got to delay a bit your E jump in if you wanna like W, get your W off correctly, because it's better layered. Like chasing wise, it's better layered W after your E, because during the stun you don't get too much slow value, right? Depends, if you wanna burst combo or a more chasey one, right? She may live there. Oh, the shield is disgusting. And it is, the shield is very big to... Oh, shit. Damn. Damn, that's a bit unfortunate. The minions just killed her. But she's really good with like strong early like AD carries like Varus, Kalista, Tease, Raven probably. Like I would assume Misfortune, Samira could be fine as well. Cause the roots are like kinda good with Camille, but any AD carry that does some damage, like preferably so she gets to be ahead. She gets her support item in no time. She gets to snowball, gets to roam because she's insane at roaming, so oh, Jace kinda spaced at W, but I guess he died anyways. Like you see how obnoxious the champion can be, once you... She has R now, so I think she R's the Orianna, or no? I guess she just R's in anyways, and Orianna dies anyways. That's the disgusting part, right? Because people have to play in a tighter area, and that's very unfavored by many. She pulls, E's in after pull. Oh, Woody. That E was so well timed, Vladimir couldn't even get to Q because he was insta-stunned. He couldn't get to Q heal, and Camille just got the kill. He goes in. I think he R's his R, or he does. Oh, I guess he just does that. Ooh, that's nice. That's true. So many times, like if you flash in, like your flashy is very strong as well, by the way. But many times on Camille, like if you have R, often it can equal a kill. After 6, it's similar in a way to Nautilus. Was interesting. But in a way, it's less counterable by things like Namiar or Renata or whatnot, like these things, because people can't really be, like it's like if Camille jumps in, let's say, and like for example, the difference between Nautilus and Camille is that it's like Camille jumps in, right? She Rs. Tristana can't like W out, as I said earlier. Zeri can't E out through a wall. So sometimes Camille's R is the thing that more likely. It's not like a stun, but sometimes it's more likely that will allow you to get a kill if it makes sense. Than Nautilus's ult, which is still good, I would say, but like you have to realize that a tank could tank like, let's say, Nautilus Susuk after R, or maybe a Zeri could E out, whatever you name it. So it just really comes down to that, that it could be countered in a different way. I don't say it's like absolutely like worse. Nautilus is R, but I would say like there are cases where like each individual ult is a bit better. I feel like DPS wise, I think with the good Halo blades and you have all in your kit like QE, then I think you're supposed to like deal more damage with Camille's R. Interesting. So she does lots of damage, right? They go Eclipse, so they get another shield on top of another shield because she has like she goes for a high AD build, right? So she does lots of damage. It's a very cheap item as well, snowbally item. She has extra bits of HP. Oh, look at the pick. Oh my god, look, his damage is still disgusting. He's level 5 with Eclipse, right? So I think they take it for the trade, like passive plus Eclipse that has disgusting trade. And it's very frequent, right? So in an all-in, you could get 2 of those off. And she positioned in a way Tristana can't even R her out, right? Because like Tristana can W out, obviously, out of a Camille R. She could try to R a Camille, but she needs more points, Like I would say a level 16 R can 100% like allow Tristana to disengage from a Camille. Level 1 I'm not sure, but a level 6 one doesn't, you know. So just saying that those are things you should definitely calculate in. Because the knockback distance does actually increase. It's one of those one of those rare abilities, you know, that does actually, you know, work that way. So should be a bit more concerned who do you get to pick on after like this time reaches a certain level of like maybe like even at 11 I would assume Camille is more honorable out. I would say depends maybe like how far away is Camille, you know, from her circle, but I would say like a level 11 one likely could provide her a disengage from Camille. Damn, I think she forgot war. And usually they're gonna pick a counter against Camille top lane, you know? But then it's not Camille top, so that's another tricky thing to consider. Oh, he jumped in exactly at the correct time. Maybe he could have been a bit earlier, but I think it should be fine. Oh, he jumped in when Jax's E expired. Got that. Oh, I hope he doesn't die though. Okay, he runs away from like his, you know, QW if I'm correct. Janna Poppy, yeah, I played Poppy against her, so those are correct synergies, I think, at most. I think Lucian, like Tristana, Tristana is another diving champion. Kaisa could be fine, I would say, but and like I think yeah, Tristana, Draven, Kalista super fine. I think you could maybe even get a Lucian. Like yeah, you could get many things. I feel like Samira, Miss Fortune could be okay. Definitely good decent combinations as well with those champs. Just like anything that has like you know some good synergy, all in synergy, preferably with her. Uh, some champs like Smolder and Zeri are not the greatest. That's what I would say. But Janna is kind of a weird counter in a way, because like she does have a Q, she does have an R, like she does counter her. I don't think so that's bad. I think Alistar is fine. But you could just maybe R sometimes a Janna, you know, so I think it's fair. Probably Alistar is a really good one. Braum, I think could be kind of like considered. There are type of champions that can deal with her engage, you know, like champs that can deal with her engage with her snowballiness definitely will disallow her to like hard carry. Uh, but I would say these are fair, decent like counter picks, definitely good counters. So that's it for now, guys. Have a nice day.